Yes, good evening and welcome back to the Disco Arms for another live show. This is a live show on the new live show, part 33. It shows you how completely unplanned I was. I didn't even have an intro for today. If any of you have actually watched any of my intros, you'll notice that I bespoke it every time. So I thought I'd play the outro as the intro just to show you how random and unplanned this stream is. The reason it's unplanned is because, well, a number of things. Didn't even know if it was going to happen today. Been into work today. Don't normally do that on a Tuesday, so no idea what time I was getting out. Actually got out at 8 o'clock. Pegged it back here, a bit of munch, and managed to sort of get online. A little bit of technical difficulties, but I got there again. Yeah, I didn't even do a Monday club yesterday. I wasn't feeling that great, really. It wasn't even a massive weekend, but I'll give it a go. If any of you saw the live stream on Saturday night, not my live stream, I was on other people's live stream, so I had a beer or two here and there. I hope you all had a good beer over the weekend as well. Yeah, so I didn't do one yesterday, and I really wasn't feeling it yesterday, so I wasn't even really thinking about beer yesterday. So I banged one up this morning, and hopefully I got back in time, and I didn't, but I did it anyway. So yeah, this is all unplanned. I haven't got a thumbnail. Well, I have. I just cobbled that together quickly on Canva this morning, but I haven't got the beers on the thumbnail because I didn't until I stepped through the door this evening or shortly thereafter exactly what beers I was going to be drinking. So I haven't even got banners either. Well, I've got this one down here hastily cobbled together, that one, but I haven't got anything for the beers, and I just picked 3 fairly random beers that I just fancy drinking. You know, I normally do this. I normally like to cobble them together in some kind of theme or event. I did quite a lot last week with being the Oktoberfest stream last Monday, and then the Lagerlogs beers on Tuesday, and the Choc beers on Wednesday. Packed quite a lot into last week. This week, got nothing. I've got an idea for tomorrow, but yeah, I haven't even got any banners. But let's dive straight in then. Beer number 1, please. Yeah, so I picked a beer out of the shed. It is from Pollys. It's called Just Two Bodies. It's a 5.5% pale ale. I'm fairly certain this came from one of the supermarkets. I did a Pollys order recently. I don't think that was on it. I think it's a supermarket pick up. I don't know why. I think there was 3 for 2 and there's a couple I wanted, so I just banged one of these in. Had no real intention of like reviewing it. It was just going to be one I could smash a pale ale if I fancied it. I'm kind of on the fence with Pollys. I know everybody else likes them, but I've had a few and they've been, yeah, okay, just not really my thing. I'm fed up of saying that, especially after last Wednesday. But greetings everybody for popping in. Dave Wilson, hello as usual. Thank you very much indeed. Do let me know what's in your glass on a Tuesday. I get a pale ale down. These haven't been in the fridge all day, so they're not particularly cool, but it's not particularly cold, but it's not a problem because they're cool enough. Gonna put it as usual in ooh. Well, that could be my problem. It's definitely cold. It's not that much of an issue, but it's a supermarket shelf turd, so who knows what temperature has been stored at. Yeah, I may or may not do the photos on these ones. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do though. I will live. Oh, I can't do it, can I? I was going to live type the banner, but it doesn't really work. But I'll put it in here anyway. It is Pollys Brew Co. What's it called? Just Two Bodies, isn't it? I'm going to drink it anyway. It doesn't look great, all that froth, but I'll wait for it to settle and I'll do this. Just Two Bodies without this fucking laptop. Laptop annoys me. Spend much money on a laptop. It doesn't come with a lit up keyboard. I mean, I can touch type, but I like to see it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, enough of me waffling on. 5.5%. Quality broadcasting, quality content. This is. All right, there we go. Beer number 1, Just Two Bodies. 5.5% of pale ale from Pollys up in Mold in North Wales. So they've had a few of their beers. I don't generally gravitate towards them. Well, we'll wait and see what that does if it behaves itself. And we'll natter on a couple of comments. Went a warmer ale from Sainsbury's. That back again. Might have to have a look at. I had a look at that a couple of years ago. Did a video on it. I quite enjoyed that. It was just nice and warming with all the right kind of wintry notes. Not the best, but not bad. Good stuff for a cold Tuesday evening. I'm forgetting my days already because I've been into work. Don't normally go into work on a Tuesday. Choc, hello. Thank you for popping in. So had a busy week last week. What with the streaming, we're doing those Shark beers with Shark on a Wednesday. What did I do? I went into work on a Thursday, so I didn't get to put the things up, and I put them up a little bit later, and caused nothing. And I thought I'd get a load of comments going, "Oh, you're meant to like Verdant. It's like top of the craft beer tree." I don't think anybody reads the words when I put them on Instagram, but I did get a dozen likes, so thank you very much for that. If you did, indeed. Don't know what's going on with this beer. This is a bit embarrassing, really. I don't know, is it more embarrassing for me or for Pollys? I don't know. Look at the state of it. Look at that. I don't think that's me doing a dickhead pour. I think that's just slightly too excitable beer from the supermarket, and it's sat on my shelf cold. I don't think I've even had it that long. I'm sure I picked it up late summer. That's embarrassing. I don't want to look at that. Well, there we go. Drink me more. Oh, drinkable beer. That's sometimes the best thing you can say about stuff. that's even more average than what I was saying about those Shark beers on Wednesday. Like, they're kind of all right if I like that sort of thing. I got fed up. Even when I was typing that thing, I got fed up with typing, I don't like grapefruit. It's like wading, what do I call it? Wading through grapefruit sludge with grapefruit boots on, and grapefruit marmalade, if there is such a thing. That was a good discussion as to what's the difference between jam and marmalade, and whether there's anyone has ever seen grapefruit marmalade. But that's weird. That head is just not dissipating either. That's really strange. Normally you do a dickhead pour like that and it kind of gets there eventually, but that's just frothy, creamy, weird. That is. Well, there's something to watch in it. You can let me know in the comments when the head gets up to some manageable proportions. I generally don't think that's me doing a dickhead pour. I'll put my hands up when I've poured it. I did pour it a little aggressively, I suppose, but got the angle. I could go and get a spoon, couldn't I? That means going all the way over there. It's going now. I can see it is moving. Is it moving? I don't know. It's lighter than I'd hoped. Not as kind of basically being at work. I wanted a hazy pale ale. We haven't got it on at the moment. Did a little bit of quality testing as well. Did a bit of canning today, so we got some new beers in cans just as a test. And a couple of our green hopped beers went into can today, just as a wee tester. And got the new batch of tomato out in package. The tomato sour. If I ever get around to working out to-do links, I'll put a link up in the corner with the tomato beer. Slurpy disco. So you get drunk quicker. Trouble is with this beer, do you know what I mean? You want to get it right. Well, I told you it was unplanned, didn't I? Like, I didn't really plan this though. Yeah, I'm going to get a spoon to tell. It's kind of been like that all day, to be fair. Like, you work in a brewery, you want things to go right. Well, I'm always that kind of person where, in terms of breweries, like, put a keg on, get the empty kegs out, and one will fall over because I won't quite have balanced it properly and not noticed. Or, so I mean, nothing serious, nothing that's going to cause any problems, but I just, at the best of times, have all the manual dexterity of a weevil. Although I have quite good balance, so I don't really know what it is. It's just one of those things. It always seems to happen to me, and this sort of stuff always seems to happen to me as well. No, I haven't got anything to put it in. Wait a second, I'm not flipping it on the floor. Oh, there we go. Scoop it into the beer. I suppose you could, isn't it? There's no reason, like, it's not like offensively poisonous, it's just too much. I think the beer's okay. It's just, yeah. It doesn't even look over carbonated as such. It looks fine, the head's alright. It's difficult to tell what a hazy, isn't it, I suppose, but what do you think of Disco eating his beer? Well, I don't eat on camera. Things I do for you guys. Alright, let's finally. I mean, it's not bad. It's like one of them things you see at like one of them fancy restaurants, isn't it? Like, you know, you see it on, I watch a lot of TV, you've got the old fucking, whatever them, like, can't cook, won't cook, not them, whatever them other ones is, where they do like a fucking grapefruit jus in a froth, the camel turd or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's nice and frothy. It's, yeah. Yeah, a little bit too pale for my liking. I like something more orangey, kind of slightly darker in the range of pale ale. It doesn't have to be pale ale, it's only because they use pale malts, that's what it is. Well, lemon meringue bit. We've actually got one of those. Got one of those on the bar called Very Zesty, and it's well, I say it's lemon, somewhere between sherbet lemons, lemon meringue pie, and slightly alcoholic lemonade. And that is even that's paler than that beer, because that beer is actually a kind of much more pale yellow colour. I mean, that is, but you know, sort of greeny yellow. I mean, it's all right. Let's have a go. Just from that froth, I was getting a little sort of sherbetiness. There wasn't really grapefruit. It was a bit more melon maybe than grapefruit. But anyway, now it's finally at manageable proportions. Let's get it down the beer hole. Cheers, everybody. I think it's all right. All the beers tonight should once again, I know Choc be in date, I'm sure of it. I'm sure this one is. Yeah, 28th of December it says on there. I know. Don't know what it is. I mean, it's not I've been moving it, shaking it about. It's come from my beer stash, which is on the other side of that wall, and put here. I didn't shake it up. I didn't heat it up. Didn't cool it down. But it's just cool. Yeah. There's a little bit of grapefruit in there, but not as much as them Choc beer, so I'm fairly certain there's citra in it, I'm guessing. I blame the cat. Now, I can't blame the cat today. She's actually out. She decided to go back out. Bless her. So no cat today on today's stream. Let's have a look on the can, see what we can find about this. Can anybody remind me? It is, yeah, it is a supermarket beer, isn't it? Is it? Did I pick this up from Sainsbury's? Anybody else seen it in Sainsbury's? Or am I thinking Tesco? I think it was Sainsbury's. Oh, well, there you go. I haven't looked. Again, so unplanned. I haven't looked at it because I never really do. Citra, Cascade, and Mosaic. So yeah, that makes sense. Please, they put them on there. To be fair, 5.5%. No other additional information, but I'm pleased they put the. I can't even see that kind of sort of gold writing on background is really rather difficult. So yeah, Citra, Cascade, and Mosaic. 3 hops I'm universally unfussed about. But they've got it in reasonable proportions. It's fairly balanced. There is that kind of grapefruitiness, but not too much. Don't know, there's a little bit of stone fruit maybe. Yeah, it's light, it's drinkable. If you like that kind of hop combination, it's not going too far down that bittery citric kind of note. It's quite light, kind of summery. Do you know what? It's another one that would shandy really well in the summer. And yes, I did actually shandy a Verdant double IPA last week. No comebacks. It's just whatever you like, isn't it? If you think I'm wrong, that's fine. But that's what I did. That's what it is. Anybody else had this one? Anyone had this from the supermarket or direct from Pollys? I'm sure you can get these direct from Pollys as well. Again, it's one that's, yeah, it's a big hit of Citra hop or a little bit Mosaic coming along behind it that gives it that kind of big kind of sort of pithy grapefruit hit that kind of then dies down a little bit because it does balance out across the palate. It's not terrible. It's just not one I'll massively rush out for. If I'm going to drink a hoppy beer, I want it to be balanced. I want it to be more tropical than citrus. And if it's going to be citrus, I want it lemon, maybe orange, occasionally lime. Pollys for me. Head mix box fire brews are very disappointed. That's yeah, that's yeah. I mean, Pollys, they're on that level, aren't they? With a lot of people love them. I could see why. Once again, I wouldn't say I was disappointed because I didn't expect to be. I still haven't moved them hats. Somebody said I look like Mickey Mouse. So I'm going to move those hats at some point. Really annoying. I'm going to move them now. I did say at some point I was going to sort that wall out and get some shelves up and put the cans on the cannonball rather than having the t-shirts, but that's better now. I've moved the hats. I'm now much calmer. It bothers me. Actually, you can see the disco plaque a bit better as well if I do that. I don't know why I bought that. Birthday. I don't know. It's just a block of wood that says disco. No apparent reason, but I love it. Yeah, so Pollys generally well regarded. Is again not a bad beer. I'm just not that bothered about it because I don't particularly like the flavours that particular hop combination comes up. It's all right. That's a conversation I should have at some point. I don't do bruiser. I'm not so fussed on those kind of subscription boxes. It's bad enough that I still have to occasionally talk about Beer 52 because I forget to cancel them or whatever. So I'm not diving into anything else, only to be sent a bunch of beers that I'm not that bothered about. And I don't think that would be unique to Pollys, particularly if I probably wouldn't select Pollys. I'd just go direct to the brewery and get ones I actually want to drink. Because I imagine, as far as I remember when I looked on Bruiser, you can't like change it. They just give you 12 beers or whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I just go direct to the brewery and choose the ones I want. There's loads of them, isn't there? Like Fuss Club and Brews, and a bunch of them. A lot of bottle shops have their own subscription service as well. But yeah, I'm still looking around today. There's the other thing. You get a subscription box in just at the wrong time, and it's like, I don't need any more beers anyway because I bought too much direct. And yet, still this morning, I was looking around at beers, and I still, I was looking around. I've got Steamtown down in Southampton. Haven't had them for a long time, but they got a beer called Disco Fluff. It's a Helles. And I brought it out again, and I saw something else that they'd done. Oh, a coffee cherry imperial stout, which I don't understand, but I do like cherry stouts. If they're done right, it can be a bit hit or miss. So I was generally musing on whether to put a Steamtown order in. Accidentally ended up on Steam Machine and put the wrong thing into Google, and I need to get something off of them as well up in Northumberland. Of a great brewery that I haven't been to for a long time. I'll drink anything once. Pause for a cup. Oh, okay, you can pause it. Fair enough. That's good. If there's no issue with pausing it, and they don't they allow you to do it easily. What I tried to do with Beer 50, I just go on every month and pause it every month. But it'd be easier if you could just pause it and then start again whenever you want. Yeah, and then I was generally looking around. Mate of mine went to Barcelona last week. And I said, I don't know anything about beer in Barcelona, and he's not a big fan of craft beer, but I said, I've heard Garage are pretty good in Barcelona. And he went to Garage and said they were brilliant, really enjoyed it. Wasn't able to smuggle any cans over in his luggage because he was going back to Australia. But yeah, I know I can get Garage in this country, and I was having a look around today, idly musing on whether to get some, because he said they were really good, but I couldn't find the ones he was drinking, so not sure. Maybe that means one for the future, because I know they got a beer called Soup, but it's an IPA and it didn't really interest me first time, but I might have a look. But they've got a couple of other really decent ones, so that's another order for another video I may or may not ever get around to doing, and reviews I may ever not get around to doing. Like the ones today, beers I probably won't ever have got around to reviewing unless I do it on a live stream, which is why I've sort of vaguely cobbled them together. Normally have some kind of theme. I suppose that's the theme for today. Beers I'll probably never get around to, but that's the theme for most weeks. Otherwise, I would have drunk them all by now and reviewed them and put videos up, done daily beer reviews. God, that would be good. If only I could do that. Get through the stash in no time. Got a fair few out of the stash last week. Got a fair few out of the stash on Saturday night. Well, I say a fair few. Just my usual 3, really. What did I start off on Saturday night? I had a bit of food and had a rhubarb lager, which was... Didn't realise... I mean, I did realise it was shandy. I saw Shandy Shack, but I didn't see it when I grabbed it out of the thing. But yeah, 2.5%, but it was not bad with food. What else did I go? I then I went on to a pale ale, Park Brewery. These are all live on with Choc and Paul's beer reviews. Then we went over to Simo, Sugar Moon Pale Ale, 4.3%. Another perfectly decent, but fairly inoffensive and not particularly memorable pale ale, but really drinkable, really nice, worked out. I then went over to Simo and I was drinking the remnants of my birthday beer, some Turning Point, Pink Matter Custard. That was not bad, quite nice. What else was I? Oh yes, just cheekily side order Dragon Soup with that one, just because they were drinking 12.4%. The Goose Island, the Bourbon ones, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I'm drinking a 6% beer with a 7.5% chaser. There were reasons I won't go into because it's private. And then I finished off. I just needed a stout to finish. So I had this one from Lakes, Wonderfilled, peanut butter and Oreo cookie stout. That was really nice. I only got one of those. I should have got 2 because I normally order in pairs. But yeah, could really taste the Oreos, taste the peanut butter in that one. That was really, really nice. I did do a write-up of it, but I haven't posted yet, and I probably may or may not ever get around to it. but it's the words are there. I enjoyed it. Talking of which, Paul, good evening, sir. I was just talking about how we was having a wee chat on Saturday night. I haven't gone back and we watched it, and I can't remember much of what we talked about, to be fair. But it was a good night. It was a good night. So yeah, that would be of my weekend, pretty much, apart from the usual pair of ones. A black IPA, believe it or not. Yeah, we did a black IPA. A bit more towards the stout side of black IPAs than normal bippers that are IPA heavy, I always find. So that's one I could drink. A couple of others there at the weekend, but not too much because I didn't go up there Saturday. Had a day off. It's nice, really. Just chill. Just chilling on Saturday. I've been up Friday, had a few. And Sunday I was working, so I had a couple afterwards. Kind of after that Saturday night sesh. Fortunately, I was only starting at 12, so I was eating a lot of carbs on Sunday afternoon to get through it. I was okay. It was on the right side. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of hangover management, lots of water and all that sort of thing. So I was okay. But yeah, felt a little bit tired and lethargic. I had a couple of beers, hair of the dog, around about 5-6 o'clock. That was all good. And then yesterday, mate, it didn't really catch up with me. I was just generally a bit tired and lethargic all day, so didn't get a lot done. But when you had a Monday off, really appreciate a Monday off. Do you know what I mean? When you're tired and lethargic. If it weren't for the cat this morning, I probably would have slept in this morning as well, but I had a tank clean ahead of me to get up to, and then a bit of packaging, so wasn't a bad weekend. It wasn't. You went to Brum this weekend. I vaguely remember hearing about that on live streams. I didn't realise it was actually Brum, Birmingham you was in this weekend. But yeah. And Paul, how's your days off been? I'm assuming you're on a second day off today. I actually went into it today, like I say, but yeah, change is good as a rest. I think I would have preferred the rest, but no, it had to be done. Like, it had to be done today. Get the stuff out and in package. So so this Pollys, it's all right. It's one that's fairly inoffensive. I wouldn't have a lot to say about it. I wouldn't be able to fill out a whole 5-6 minute review on it, really. I've only done it here on the live stream for 20 minutes because I've been chatting to you guys and waffling on, unscripted, unplanned. But there we go. Right, let's get this one down the hatch and get onto something else. Hopefully the next one will be a bit more manageable and hopefully much nicer. I say it's not nice, it's just all right. All right, but touch too much grapefruit, I think. Oh, there we go. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that did occur to me, and I don't remember actually asking, but it was late, so I just assumed it was afterwards. But a few weekends off on the sauce, get in. I'm working. Excellent. Well, I'm working most weekends. Right, let's, having got that one out of the way, Pollys 5.5%. And just 2 bodies, pale ale. Let's get on to beer number 2, please. I haven't done the banner for this one either. But this one, there's a brewery I featured once or twice in collaboration with a beer I very rarely feature. They are elusive to me by name as well as nature. Again, generally all very well thought of in the industry. Elusive Brewing and Finch Hampstead in Berkshire, out the other side of Reading. Again, it's coming out very light, very bubbly. I should say what it is. It's called Together in the Light, Elusive and Mysterious Brew. It's a white IPA. Answers on a postcard. as to exactly what a white IPA is, because I'm not entirely sure. I should know, shouldn't I, really? All right, let's do... I never did do the photograph for the last one. Never mind. Let's do the photo for this one. Let's do the banner first. What is it? Elusive Brewing and Mysterious Brewing. Oh dear. Hasn't worked. There you go. And it is, oh, what is the AB? What is the AB? AB. The AB is on the front. 4.8%. Again, not terribly offensive, all good. 4.8%. What did I say it was called? Together in the Light. Together in the Light. 4.8% white IPA. There we go. Well, there we go. As you guys are talking about the Wilson's chip to Brum, I'll come back to that in a second, but I will do the photograph on this one, just in case, because I'm kind of looking forward to it. Elusive, generally well thought of. I've not had that many of their beers, and the ones I've had have been, yeah, right. They do a lot of West Coast and fairly hop-heavy IPAs, although the stouts are pretty well thought of as well, and I think I had a couple of them. I really should get around to doing their pumpkin one this time of year. But once again, I try not to buy too much this. Oh, that's going to be a pain. Yeah, it works. I've got the got a photo. Right, yeah. So 4.8% white IPA. It poured out. It's a bit of lacing on the glass, but it had dissipated fairly quickly. Looks much darker, almost orangey colour on the screen. Lighter. Haze floating around in there, much more lemony coloured there to the naked eye. Right, let's try. Cheers. Oh yeah, proper IPA smell on that. A maltiness with the hops knocking around. Cheers. Ooh. That's interesting. If I remember rightly, white IPAs are like got some herbs and stuff in it generally, isn't it? Like orange peel and stuff like that. I have had a couple of white IPAs and I don't really remember them. They're not massively stood out. Neither does this one, but it's kind of, again, not offensive. It's not massive hop notes, which works for me. There's a bit of fruitiness to it. It's kind of a bit melon, touch of maybe tangerine or something about it. I don't know. Anybody else had a white IPA and can fill me in before I read all that? There's a lot of blurb on the can I'm going to struggle to read. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's have a little check. Right. So yeah, they do collab again. This isn't part of that, I don't think. This is just a general collab, I believe. yeah, because the collab, yeah, Elusive every year do collab again, and they get a bunch of breweries together. They collab with some of them, and they get others, like usually from like opposite ends of the country, to go to each, well, not each other. It's not like home and away leg, but you know, they'll be like, I don't know, my Coles will go to Jawbone or so. I can't remember what the collab list is actually. I think in previous years I've done a rundown of that, but I've never got the collab again and beers again because there's 12 of them. But yeah, it's great that Elusive do that, because your main man at Elusive has kind of come through the ranks from like a home brewer, so he's quite all about promoting other breweries, especially his locals. All their gig on a Saturday, all the regular post office folks is great. They'll stop Colmore, Sommer, Wolf, and Attic Barrel. So I say regular, but I only know post office folks out of that list particularly, or that's the one I've been to, mainly because every time I go to Brom we just pick a pub, stay there, and the post office folks have got plenty on the bar, so we'll stay there for a couple of hours and then go to the football. So although I have done all day stuff in Birmingham. Sounds good though. Beery highlights: Fuller's Vintage on tap. Fair play. Oh, we're in London town. Yeah, bound to knock on a few Fuller's pubs doors, and you'll find one. Yeah, sorry, mate. You know what can we do? We're in London. US beer from Equilibrium called MC2, which is a nice dipper. Well, you know, me and double IPAs, but there you go. Yeah, I've still got to get onto US beers. I'm still trying to do all the British ones, but might have one occasionally. Right, yeah, so white IPA, let's see what we get on the can. There's a lot of writing on here. Best before January 25. I think we're odds on for an all-in date lineup tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Elusive Brewing creates beers. I didn't need to stop at that point. That's obvious. There is more, trust me. Elusive Brewing creates beers with one eye on tradition and the other eye on taking things to the next level. Insert coin to play. Oh yeah, they're really good about like the older kind of 8-bit gaming kind of stuff. Not so much in the artwork on this one, but all the writing is. The artwork probably has some game-related meaning that I don't know about. We teamed up with our friends at Mysterious to brew this zesty and refreshing white IPA. Fresh orange peel was used in the whirlpool, along with some lemon zest to give a citrus note, which complements the mandarina and Motueka hops. Okay, which bring more notes of orange with a twist of lime. Yeah, I never really get lime from Motueka. Especially we have a beer on the bar. The very pale flagship pale is Motueka and Nelson Sauvin. So I get more tropical notes than lime, but I'm not against lime. Like I say, as I said before, orange and lime. So yeah, add some orange peel in it. I think that's what makes it a white IPA. Is that kind of more citrus noted stuff, but I generally like that kind of thing. But that's kind of it definitely is lemon and lime, but it's sort of, I don't know. There's definitely all those citrus notes there, but it sort of doesn't quite. I don't know. It doesn't quite work. It's sort of somewhere between neither here nor there, and all those citrus notes sort of jostling for position. It's quite light and a touch thin for a hazy IPA. Don't get me wrong. Again, it's not terrible beer. it just doesn't quite work for me. Which is a shame because I really, really want to like Elusive and Mysterious. So it's the second Mysterious beer that I had that I haven't quite understood. I haven't quite got. I had that mango wheat beer that just didn't feel like a wheat beer. Which is a shame. I've got a disco beer from Mysterious coming up called Disco Fiasco. So I just hope that's generally not what their beer is about. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely smells right. It's got a great aroma on it for an IPA. If you like that kind of IPA aroma with a smattering of hops there. Yeah. See, I'm again Mandarina. I usually love beers with that in. Don't see it very often. This is interesting. I like it in a way, but I'm not quite sure it hits as much. I want it much smoother. There's that little rough around the edge thing I keep talking about. That kind of citrus kind of roughness. Paul, thanks for popping in. PA Brew News, good to see you. Cheers indeed. I need to start drinking halves to get through more on a sesh. Well, yeah, it would be nice, but tippers are not dangerous if your name is David Wilson. Exactly, indeed. We don't wonder why we're hammered. We all know why we're hammered. Greetings, Tom. Noglogs, Tom. Good evening. That's a new one. Me and Stu are hitting Manchester this weekend for a few quiet beverages. Any recommendations? Yeah, Manchester, you need more than a weekend is my recommendation. But the guys in chat will definitely give you some Manchester recommendations because you're kind of spoilt for choice there, really. Every time I've been in Manchester, I rarely got much further than the Piccadilly Tap. But again, like I said, same with Birmingham. You know, we get to Manchester Piccadilly, we're probably changing trains, so we'll stay for a couple of hours. Or we'll go to where we're going in Manchester and we'll do the Piccadilly Tap on the way back. They're, as far as I know, still open. Yeah, literally next to Piccadilly Station. And they just have, good range of craft beers. But if you want to go a bit further out, I believe there's out in towards Salford, there's, I say, Track, there's Pomona Island. Seven Brothers have a few bars. And I'm just trying to think of that pub we went to. And if you fancy a Pilsner, Albert Schloss for the old little bit of Pilsner Urquell action. Albert Schloss in, let's say, towards Salford as well. But yeah, you really are spoilt for choice in Manchester. 8 days in Manchester and it wasn't enough. I mean, yeah, there is so much good stuff out there, to be fair. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Marble Arch, Marble Beers, Cloudwater Track, Deansgate, Angel, Circus, Greymare, Staley Bridge. Staley Bridge is a bit of a way out, to be fair, but it's not a bad train ride away. If you're doing Staley Bridge, there's a whole bunch of station pubs to go to between Manchester and Huddersfield, including Staley Bridge. But yeah, Manchester, Track, Cloudwater, Balance, and Sure Shot Tap Room, not too far. For which station? Is that in? Are they in? I thought they were like Salford way, or out on a canal. Say, it's a long time since I've been drinking in Manchester, and I only ever drink through Manchester. I don't think I've ever stopped. From Piccadilly. Really? Okay, they're close to Piccadilly. There you go. If you can get away from the Piccadilly Tap, down to all of those. That's one for you guys. I'm not sure what Alphabet are doing. They went kind of quiet for a while. I think they almost or went under. I think they got rebranded. I'm not sure what they've got presence-wise in Manchester anymore. Another not bad one in a little under the radar is a brewery called Runway, which Rob from Mr. B's Home Brew will tell you about. He has quite a lot of ones from Runway Brewing. Yeah, there's also plenty of stuff if you want to go traditional, any J.W. Lee's pub, particularly the Millstone I've heard lots about. That's good. Another one for Smithfield Market Tavern. I'll be sure to avoid that. But yeah, Tom, Manchester, plenty of options. Just trying to think elsewhere. Were you in? Yeah, literally can't move from decent pubs in Manchester. What's that green tiled one I always want to go to? David Wilson will know it. It's like a fairly old traditional pub. It's been there centuries, but it's surrounded by high rises now. But it's old green tiling. What's it called? It's not the Marble Arch. It's not Crown and Anchor. It's not one I'm thinking about. Port Street Beer House. What's that one? What's it called? I'm going to have a think. Bear with me a second. I'm also going to breathe now. That's better. Yeah, Fierce and Northern Monk. They're quite close to each other, I think. Fierce Beer having a bit bar there is kind of weird, especially for Stu. If Stu and Tom are in Manchester, Stu going all that way to drink Fierce Beer. That's kind of strange. It's not the City Arms. I'm sure it begins with P. It's got a beautiful green low tiling and cream around the doors. Here we go. We're on Google. Manchester pub, green tiles, Peveril of the Peak is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, really nice, old school boozer, ornate kind of woodwork inside. Yeah, Peveril of the Peak is the one I was thinking of. Again, not too far out of the city centre. Yeah, Manchester, it's been on the list for a long time to go back to and actually do a visit to. As have Elusive up in Finch Hampstead in Berkshire, what I'm drinking now, 4.8% white IPA. Together in the light. Went into Fierce Beer lately, didn't realise how they got a bit of everything. I mostly know Fierce for their bigger imperial stouts. So I remember knocking back a couple of their big VBM, is it coconut stuff? I was in Southend, of all places, knocking back Fierce's big stouts. I think I'm doing Lancaster up to Berwick next time. See, there's two kind of out of the way places that not many people would put on a trip, to be fair. Lancaster is a place I only ever go through on the train, or I've driven through it. And all their old buildings, I'd love to go to Lancaster. Looks really, really nice. A lot of history there, a lot of industrial kind of heritage. Berwick, I have been to Berwick. Mostly just popped to the Wetherspoons there for dinner, but I've been through it. Cheers, lads. Design disco, just stick to the Boddingtons if you can find any Boddingtons in Manchester anymore. But yeah, no, have a great weekend in Manchester, man. Looking forward to some vlogs and posts and I guess video if you're doing some. Superb. Enjoy the weekend, man. I see. Oh, well, Berwick is definitely worth a Twin City visit. Yeah, no, Lancaster Brewery. Yeah, very like kind of trad kind of stuff. Lancaster Black definitely. Never tried Lancaster Red. Don't see them too much down here. But yeah, good stuff. It's up north in it, so it's bound to be good. That's me, a southerner, saying that. But yeah, no, I love a trip up north. Yeah, there's so many beer places on the list to visit at some point. Got to get out and about, man. Got to get out and about. Anyway, yeah, right. So I was just suddenly thinking about all the ones I was going to talk about, and I didn't. Right. Yeah, this is okay. The lemon and lime is kind of. It's not quite in balance, but it's okay. It's all right. I will try white IPAs again because I do like that kind of orange note and that citrus. It brings it well away from grapefruit, which is really, really good. Yeah, I just want it to be better, more drinkable, really. Doesn't quite feel balanced enough for me, which is a shame. So I'm going to have trouble talking about it if I do. Well, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll put these up hopefully tomorrow. It's also not really smashable. It's a little bit too much citrus, if you know what I mean. It's like definitely all three citrus notes of orange, lemon, and lime, but I'm not sure they work together in this case. Really weird. Certainly lime. Yeah, there's a bit more lime there now I think about it. But lime certainly works better as a balance against other fruits. Whereas orange, I want it to be about the orange, and lemon, I want it to be about the lemon. See, lemon and lime, classic bedfellows, but it's not a can of Sprite. It's got that little rough around the edges. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad beer. It's just I don't quite get it. Once again, from both Elusive and Mysterious, don't quite get it. It's all right though. If you see it, it's worth having a look. But again, I think this was one that was from a way back. To be fair, this year, still in date, like I say. So it's all right. It's all right. I must say, it's definitely more of a sipper. To try and find all those different notes. It's not a quaffable one. It's not a smashable one. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's one I don't really want a half of. Which is a shame because I like all that citrus bit of it. But there you go. Interesting as ever to find something a bit different as well. That is the good thing about it. Something a bit different. Yeah, a bit different, better than a grapefruit IPA. Well, anyway, yeah, it's worth a go. Good to try. Cheers. So yeah, two interesting beers. I may or may not have ever got round to trying. So I had to put them in together. Let's have a look then. Let's go with a big finish. I like to do threes. I can only waffle on for so long. Beer number 3, please. Oh, of course, beer number 3, I have to do the natter for. Big clue here. It is indeed a Mad Squirrel beer. from Tottenham, which is up just to the north of Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire. So fairly local. I believe I was talking about Mad Squirrel. Oh yes, because I did Mad Squirrel beer last Monday. So you might have seen a post on this one. So it was one off of that order alongside the Oktoberfest beers that I got in from Mad Squirrel, but it's not the Oktoberfest beer. It is called, well, sometimes they don't mess about with their beer names. It is called Rocky Road, and it is an 8%, is it? And 8%. So I'm talking as I'm typing, doing the thing, doing the banner. A Choc. I don't know why they specifically say Choc. It's a bit weird. Choc and why don't say chocolate? Choc and Marshmallow Stout. And it is here in their usual excellent cans with the big squirrel logo on the front. 8% Choc and Marshmallow Stout. I've just realised what I didn't do is get a glass for this one because I'm an unplanned idiot. But yes, exactly. What I do have is this. This is a spectacular piece of lack of planning. Right, don't use this glass very often. Mostly because it's a bugger to clean. Having said that, actually, there's a little bit of dust on the outside. So yeah, let's get this big fella into the glass. Going a bit decadent. I feel it's a bit decadent. I mean, Rocky Road's not a decadent dessert, particularly. A bit of bashing on the can there. And it will fit in this glass, so it's going to look a bit daft, isn't it? But I can't remember why it was I got this glass. I mean, I like the shape, I like the idea of it, but it doesn't really work with 440s. It looks a bit daft. I think I got it because I got a bunch of their stouts in, so we'll do the photo anyway, see if we can get away with it. And then we'll dive in to a bit of chocolatey madness. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, okay, might get away with it. No, that's not going to work either. Hopefully then it'll disappear down the hole in the middle. There you go. Just dip the laptop screen. But hopefully you can still see because you're on that camera. Dip the laptop screen out of the way so it doesn't reflect on the glass. And I'll bring you back in a minute. Oh, I've gone flashy. Might have got away with that. Yeah, that's not bad actually. I quite like that one. There you go. Oh, can't see that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so Rocky Road, 8%. Choc and Marshmallow Stout from Mad Squirrel in a slightly mad glass. I don't like using it really. I've only used it about twice. Yeah, because it's a bit of a, too fancy and ornate for me. I'm a tulip man, even on stouts. Anyway, let's have a look. I've got my nose cleared out. So yeah, picked this up recently on the back of the German box, or the Oktoberfest box. Had the Hellers and the Pilsner in it. Ah, thank you. I think that was subliminal. That one for ages. Is this I've not seen this one before, and interestingly, they haven't put it on their. They normally do like Della series with their like the Della Nut, Della this, Della that. They haven't gone Della Rocky Road. They've simply gone Rocky Road, but head's gone very quickly. A little bit of chocolate on there. Okay, this old nose, man. I'll get this sorted out. Because I like smelling chocolate stouts. My nose is blocked up. Can't smell a thing. No, can't smell anything on that. That's my nose. Anyway, cheers. I do love a chocolate stout as well, you know. Oh, yeah, that is a naughty little number, isn't it? That is a proper naughty little stout. Oh, there's a bit of a spirity barrel-aged edge to that. There's more. Yeah, it's more rum barrel-aged than chocolate and marshmallow. Obviously, there's I suppose there's a marshmallowy kind of sweetness to it. Not that much in the way of actual chocolate, but definitely some chocolatey kind of malt going on, some dark malt going on. Not much roastiness, but there's a kind of slight chocolate bitterness going on. Right, yeah, so you're popping down to London on search of Sierra Nevada. I'll tell you what, Paul, if you get a bit lost and end up on the Central line, just stay on it out west. Come see me on Saturday. I'll get you a pint. You know where. We've got some interesting beers on at the minute. Not compulsory, of course, but if you do find yourself lost on the Central line, just stay on a West Ruislip or Norfolk train. Get off at Bearville. Easy to find, man. Easy to find. Can't guarantee you any Fuller's Vintage or Sierra Nevada, but a whole bunch of interesting beers nonetheless. Oh, I'm watching football Saturday. Probably do it up the brewery and then do the afternoon. I got it on the telly, thanks to Uncle Rupert. Hang on, who's released a Nitro Stout? Sierra Nevada. Really? I think that's what we're talking about. Oh no, they're talking about, yes, it's Patrick something. It's not St. Patrick's. Yes, they have. Yeah, see, I ordered this one just about 3 days before that came out. Love the can artwork. I'm sure it's called Patrick something. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, we got there, Paul. What's it called? Shamrock, that's it, yeah. I knew it was something to do with that. I mean, it's a weird time to release it, called Shamrock. You know what I mean? You want to be doing that next year. But there it is. It's a mighty fine looking can. I mean, fairly easy kind of deal, isn't it? But yeah, Nitro Irish Dry Stout. I like it. Almost every brewery has worked out how to do nitro stouts. So everybody who's worked out how to do a nitro stout has done one. Back in the day, I would have immediately rushed out and tried it, but now they're kind of 10 a penny, so I'm in no mass rush to try them. And like I say, if I'd waited 3 days, in fact, if I'd waited 3 days, I wouldn't have done that stream on Monday. But because it would have come before the weekend. So yeah. As much as I love to try a nitro stout, although I did pick up a couple of cans of London Black the other day, just because it was sitting in front of me. I shouldn't have, but yeah. Nitro stouts again, because they're on trend. I've not rushed out to like try all of them, but I do like that Shamrock. That does look really good in the can, and I'm sure they're roughly the same, aren't they? I don't know. This one's pretty good. For chocolate and marshmallow stout, I want it to be a bit more thicker and luxurious. There's a little fruit note there, which I'm sure Rocky Road has, like fruity kind of marshmallow things going on. I like the artwork on this one, the old marshmallows around a squirrel. Let's have a quick read though. Immerse yourself in pure delight with the essence of chocolate, essence, not actual chocolate, and marshmallow in our new stout Rocky Road. This brew captures the magic of the classic treat, offering a smooth, sweet, and chocolate experience in a glass. A heavenly delight for your senses. Gotta be honest, it's not smooth, voluptuous lusciousness that I want in a chocolate stout. It's, again, stouts don't have to be smooth and voluptuous and soft like a nitro stout, even chocolate ones. Or maybe I'll put it in a glass. For me, it's a touch thin. There is a fruit note to it, sort of. I do like quite like stouts when you get a kind of red currant, kind of what I think is raw coffee bean flavour. Yeah, it's one of those where I want it to be really good. I've got a second can, so I might try it in a different shaped glass. I'm not sure this glass does it justice, to be honest, because I want it to be so much better. It's definitely boozy. It's got a boozy, spirity edge, so it's a great finish. I'm sometimes probably too honest on these streams. Like, yeah, I don't think this glass. I don't know. Yeah, look, I was like, "Where's the head?" Oh, yeah, no, it's developed. It's head development. I'm not sure. What did anybody else think about this kind of Teku glass, isn't it? So there's a bit of head development, but yeah, I kind of want. At one point, I think it probably would have been better in something like that, because then the head would have stayed all the way down, but that head is dissipating far too quickly for my liking. I want it to stay. I want it to stick around. I want to help the drinkability of the beer. It does feel a bit thin for me. I do like a nice thick velvety voluptuous stout. There is a little cocoa powder kind of note to it, rather than out and out voluptuous quality chocolate. I don't know. Maybe it's that fruity note from the marshmallow that's kind of. You know, I think I'd rather have a better stout and a mouthful of actual Rocky Road. Sorry, Mad Squirrel, that sounds really bad. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not terrible. It is nice and drinkable. Like I say, that big spirity, boozy edge on it. As Paul said earlier, it's a naughty little stout. It's one to think about. I'm going to sit back and have a little look at it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my Tuesday tipple. 3 beers. maybe I should have called the stream hit and miss. I wanted to like all of them. This is actually probably the best of the bunch because it's a chocolate stout, much more my thing. I've gone up the scale. Like, this is all right, but not amazing. Too much grapefruit wasn't my thing, to sum up. This one, much more my thing, but still didn't quite hit the notes. Like all that citrus, orange, lemon, lime were kind of competing a bit too much. This one, much more my thing, but I was a little disappointed. But there were some good things to find. So yeah, that's my Tuesday tipple. Hope you've had a good beer as well. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much to everybody for dropping in, joining in. We've helped Tom from the Lager Logs hopefully find a good beer for the weekend. Found out everybody else had a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Maybe as soon as tomorrow if I can get it sorted. I'm not at work tomorrow, so I might be able to get something sorted. Thanks to everyone for popping in. Please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I'm in Disco, Rasco and Disco Beer Review. This has been the new live show, part 33. Completely random and unplanned. So random, I can't even spell the thing right. Ransom and unplanned, I've just noted, because people do like to point out when I make mistakes, because I'm very big on pointing out other people's mistakes, just for correctional purposes, you understand. So when I notice that I've spelt something wrong, apparently I spelled disco wrong the other day, but that's more of a predictive text issue than me being a complete idiot. I am a complete idiot, but that's beside the point. Oh, the 8% is hitting home right now. All right, so yes, this has been the new live show, part 33, Tuesday tipple, random and unplanned, because I just got in from work, rocked 3 beers up onto the thing, didn't even do a thumbnail or an introduction, and enjoyed it. Thanks all. See you again soon here at the Disco Arms, and wherever you're drinking, wherever you are, cheers and enjoy the beers. And despite the fact I did it at the start, I'm going to do the outro at the end as well. Cheers all. Ciao.